Hey guys, how's it going? This is Purger of MediaAlternatives.net, your newest website for alternative news and media. Just wanted to go over two news stories today with you, one of which has to do with the looming police state in America here, or rather, it's more of the whole Western world, I should say. Behavioral screenings, the future of airport security, question mark. This is off of CNN.com/technology. Apparently, there's an Israeli firm called Athena GS3, and they're a company who is going to be rolling out a software that's supposed to use security cameras and other sensors to look at you and tell whether, based upon your facial expression and your perspiration level, whether you're a terrorist or not in the airport. And this to me is completely absurd. And the reason being is that, firstly, how can a machine tell whether you're a terrorist or not? Secondly, you're getting rid of jobs. Thirdly, the fact that we even have to have these sensors in an airport is absurd because of the fact that if we didn't have such foreign policies that we have, then there wouldn't be a need for it. This whole security industrial complex is just really crazy, and it's all pretty much just made to give certain people money, let's face it. So you have these people who come up with these inventions and things like that, and the only person who loses out is the person who's being policed. I mean, all of us, before you know it, we're going to be just like on, what was that movie? I forget, the one with Tom Cruise, and they're going to be scanning your eyes when you come off the train and trying to cater these individualized advertisements for you, and no privacy, right? No privacy. So this is just one other step in the long road towards tyranny here. Next story we have here is from the International Herald Tribune, and this story says U.S. bailout monitors sees lack of a coherent plan. So just to read the beginning of this article here, it says the head of the new congressional panel set up to monitor the gigantic U.S. government bailout says that the government still does not seem to have a coherent strategy for easing the financial crisis, despite the billion it has already spent in that effort. Elizabeth Warren, the chairwoman of the oversight panel, said in an interview on Monday that the government instead seemed to be lurching from one tactic to the next without clarifying how each step fits into an overall plan. Quote here, you can't just say credit isn't moving through the system, she said in her first public comment since being named to the panel. You have to ask why. And I'm going to go ahead and cut it off right there. But more or less, and she has a great point, you have to dig deeper on these issues and you have to figure out what the underlying causes are. I mean, and when you listen to these guys, I mean, they're not really trying to see what the real problem is. And when I was in school, one of the things they told us is that you can't solve a problem by throwing money at it. And so what the heck is the government trying to do? And I mean, it looks to me like they're doing exactly what my professors told me never to do, which is to solve a problem by throwing money at it. You have to figure out what the actual problem is. And instead, here we have, we're coming up on, you can see this at MediaAlternatives.net, but we got a story there where the bailout is inching up on $8.5 trillion. 8.5 teradollars. Trillion dollars. $1,000 billion. And it's crazy. So this is what our government is doing. They're throwing money at the problem. Not trying to put any strings on what's going to happen with the money. They assume that, hey, let's just give these execs and all these other people a bunch of money, meanwhile devaluing the currency of the rest of the people in the country. And let's assume that the people who are given the money are going to actually do something productive with it and are going to actually bail out the rest of the people, or not bail them out, but lend people money. And as we see, things they're not working like that. And it's beyond words. So once again, just letting you guys see these few news stories here. But if you want a full list, please go to MediaAlternatives.net. You can get a full list of today's news, or rather alternative news, and get a few links to a few sites that may give you a few other alternative news articles. You guys have a great evening. This is Purger for MediaAlternatives.net. Peace.